Karliah and I brought Gallus's translated journal back to Brynjolf and the guild. I was a bit pessimistic about them accepting a translated journal as proof of Mercer's treachery based solely on our word. But I believe their confidence in Mercer had become shaken some time ago, and it was almost as if the guild leadership were looking for an excuse to turn on him. The fact that the guild's vault had been emptied also didn't hurt our case. With the guild now as thirsty for Mercer's blood as Karliah and I are, we now just need to figure out where he has fled. As it turns out, Mercer owns a house here in the city. Brynjolf suggested I infiltrate the place and search for clues as to his next step. But first, I shall rest until night, when I will be at my strongest. Brynjolf. Karliah. Feed upon them. Enthrall them. When a vampire feeds, he may choose to impart a bit of his own essence back into his prey. This leads to an overwhelming sense of admiration in the prey for the predator. I'm not sure yet why the whispers urged me to enthrall Brynjolf and Karliah. I thought I'd already earned their favor. Insurance against betrayal, maybe? These whispers rarely have me do something without good reason, so I suspect it will become clear in time.
Someone there? Don't sound like my... Oh no. Lying little harlot. That brat ain't mine. It could be any... One rusty scepter from
We've scoured the town and I've spoken to every contact we have left. No sign of Mercer. Any luck on your end?
He wasn't there, but I found what appears to be archaeological plans?
Shore's beard. He's going after the eyes of the Falmer? That was Gallus's pet project. If he gets his hands on them, you can be certain he'll be gone for good and set up for life.
Then we have to stop him.
Agreed. Mercer Frey tried to kill both of you. He betrayed the guild, murdered Gallus, and made us question our future. He needs to die.
We have to be very careful, Brynjolf. Mercer is a nightingale, an agent of Nocturnal.
Then it's all true. Everything I heard in the stories. The Nightingales, their allegiance to Nocturnal, and the Twilight Sepulchre.
Yes. That's why we need to prepare ourselves and meet Mercer on equal footing. Just outside of Riften, beyond the southeast gate, is a small path cut up the mountainside. At the end of that path is a clearing and an old standing stone. I'd ask you both to meet me there. I'm glad you're here. This is the headquarters of the Nightingales, cut into the mountainside by the first of our kind. We've come to seek the edge we need to defeat Mercer Frey. If you'll follow me, I'll try to explain on the way. This way, please.
So this is Nightingale Hall. I heard about this place when I joined the guild, but I never believed it existed.
The assumption that the Nightingales were just a myth was seeded within the guild on purpose. It helped divert attention from our true nature. What's wrong, Brynjolf? I can almost hear your brow furrowing.
I'm trying to understand why I'm here, lass. I'm no priest, and I'm certainly not religious. Why pick me?
This isn't about religion, Brynjolf. It's business. This is Nightingale Hall. You're the first of the uninitiated to set foot inside in over a century. Now, if you'll both proceed to the armory to don your Nightingale armor, we can begin the oath.
Okay, lass. We've got these get-ups on. Now what?
Beyond this gate is the first step in becoming a Nightingale.
Whoa there, lass. I appreciate the armor, but becoming a Nightingale? That was never discussed.
To hold any hope of defeating Mercer, we must have Nocturnal at our backs. If she's to accept you as one of her own, an arrangement must be struck.
What sort of arrangement? I need to know the terms.
The terms are quite simple, Brynjolf. Nocturnal will allow you to become a Nightingale and use your abilities for whatever you wish. And in return, both in life and in death, you must serve as a guardian of the Twilight Sepulchre.
Aye, there's always a catch. But at this point, I suppose there isn't much to lose. If it means the end of Mercer Frey, you can count me in.
What about you? Are you ready to transact the oath with Nocturnal?
I am ready, my lady.
Good. After I open the gate, please stand on the circle. I call upon you, Lady Nocturnal, Queen of Murk, and Empress of Shadow. Hear my voice.
Ah, Karliah. I was wondering when I'd hear from you again. Lose something, did we?
My lady, I've come before you to throw myself upon your mercy, and to accept responsibility for my failure.
You're already mine, Karliah. Your terms were struck long ago. What could you possibly offer me now?
I have two others that wish to transact the oath, to serve you both in life and in death.
You surprise me, Karliah. This offer is definitely weighted in my favor.
My appetite for Mercer's demise exceeds my craving for wealth, Your Grace.
Revenge. How interesting. Very well. The conditions are acceptable. You may proceed.
Lady Nocturnal, we accept your terms. We dedicate ourselves to you as both your avengers and your sentinels. We will honor our agreement in this life and the next until your conditions have been met.
Very well. I name your initiates Nightingale, and I restore your status to the same, Karliah. And in the future, I'd suggest you refrain from disappointing me again.
Listen, lad. There's one last piece of business we need to settle before we go after Mercer. The leadership of the guild. Karliah and I had a long discussion before you arrived here. Thanks to your efforts, Mercer's treachery has been exposed. After we deal with him, all that remains is restoring the guild to its full strength. As a result, we both feel that you have the potential of replacing Mercer as leader of the Thieves' Guild.
Well, it's about time you asked.
Ha! Spoken like the leader of the Thieves' Guild.
Just don't lose yourself in the role. We have a bit of an errand to run before your coronation.
Then let us get started.
I've been poring over the plans you brought us, and I'm convinced the Eyes of the Falmer are in the Dwarven ruins at Erkenthand. Karliah and I will meet you there. Prepare yourself, lad. This will be a fight to remember.